Hello, hi everyone. Now, in this session, we are going to see the difference between tubes and pipes. This is the common difference that many people seem to ignore, and most of them think it is interchangeable. A tube can be called as pipe, and pipe can be called as tube. And even in the industries, manufacturing industry, there is a common mistake made by engineers and even the raw material sellers, traders. They call tube as pipe and pipe as tube, but one should know the difference and the application. Going into the application side, tubes are mainly used for only, not only mainly, are used only for heat transfer in industrial practices. Any tube will be part of heat exchanger, a shell and tube heat exchanger, or a air preheater, or a boiler tube. The main application of tube is to do heat transfer. It is to transfer of heat from one medium to another. Most importantly, heat exchangers. And the application of the pipe is mass transfer. So industrial piping, cross-country piping, utility piping. Industrial piping is transferring of process fluid from a storage tank to a heat exchanger, and from the heat exchanger back to a circulating pump and back to the tank. Suppose there is a closed circuit consisting of a storage tank and a pipeline and a circulating pump, and then to heat exchanger process and back to tank. All the entire transport or the mass transfer through the piping is done only using pipe, and it is not appropriate to use tube for the mass transfer application. The tubes are used only in the heat exchanger, inside the heat exchanger. And other examples of pipes are the cross country pipeline and utility piping. Utility piping is water piping, steam piping, compressed air piping, or any other even plumbing application. Their pipes are used for the purpose of mass transfer. So tube is for heat transfer and pipe is for mass transfer. And the next difference is the dimensioning. And when you specify the dimension for tube, it has to be specified as OD and thickness. Tubes are only available as mentioned here, like OD and thickness. OD, for example, 25.4 mm OD and 2.1 mm thickness, 1.65 mm thick, 2.4 thick, or the thickness can vary, but OD is mostly fixed. So 25.4, 31.75, 38.1, and moreover, the dimensions have to match with the tube sheet of the heat exchanger, and tubes are designed mostly to match with the tube sheet dimensions, and pipes are represented in nominal bore and schedule. And nominal bore and schedule is given in the pipe dimensional standards, and it is normally represented as nominal bore by schedule. For example, 150 NB by 40 schedule, and the dimensions of the pipe match with the flanges, because the mating component mostly for the pipes are the flanges. Either they are directly butt welded to a fitting for to a bend, or they are welded to a flange and attached by bolting to a bend or another pipe. Uh, Now, if you see, the next most important difference is tubes are mentioned. The dimensions of the tubes are mentioned in OD by thickness. The dimensions of pipes are mentioned as nominal bore by schedule. And the next difference is the tolerances. Manufacturing, when you mean manufacturing practices are the same. Both tubes are also available as ERW and seamless tubes. Pipes are also available as ERW and seamless tube. But the main difference is in the tolerances. The tolerances of the tubes are much closer, because you cannot have a loose fit inside the tube sheet, and there are certain tolerance fitness required as per the standards like TEMA standards. So the OD of the tube is manufactured to a much closer standard compared to pipes. Pipes have to match with the flanges. As we said, the mostly the mating component for the pipe is a flange or directly another pipe or fitting. Uh, for the and the mating component for the tube is the tube sheet. So the tube tolerances are as per tube sheet, pipe tolerances are as per the flange dimensions. So these are the most important differences that you have to know. And interchanging is inappropriate. Calling a tube as pipe and pipe as tube is definitely inappropriate, and one should not do this mistake of saying tube as pipe and pipe as tube. I think this was very useful. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can comment.